My name is Ayush Kumar Singh. I am from FI University, Dehradun, currently pursuing my legal internship from Nexus and Company. I welcome you back all here again. So today we are going to discuss the topic Oral Evidence under Indian Evidence Act 1872. The cycle of evidence mainly works on two heads, that is oral evidence and documentary evidence. The Section 3 of the Indian Evidence Act defines oral evidence as the statement permitted by the court made by the witness before it in regard to the inquiry of the matter of the fact. Those statements are called oral evidences. Evidence made by signs or written form, exclusive for the person who cannot speak, are also considered as oral evidence. Now, according to section 59, proof of fact by oral evidence. Oral evidence by the means of expression of speaking may prove all the facts and circumstances, but it cannot prove documentary or electronic record. In the case of Bhima Tamba versus the Pyong Chemical Co., it was held that a writer has to be called to give an evidence orally for any documentary evidence, then the documentary evidence become meaningless. Therefore, it would be a violation of section if the content of the document needed to be proved by the means of oral evidence. Now, section 60, oral evidence must be direct. According to this section, all person who has administered the act on their own or through personal knowledge, then only it will be administered in the court, admissible in the court. It should not be passed by someone else, that is, it should not be an hearsay evidence. Certain cases where word direct is involved are witness has sensed the act by his eyes, or the witness has heard the sound regarding the act by his ears, witness has perceived through his senses, witness hold an opinion on any matter regarding the act. Now, what's the relation between section 59 and section 60? In the case of Amar Singh versus Chanju Singh and others, according to the interpretation of the code, section 59 and section 60 of Indian Evidence Act has established a relation which provide basically two ingredients. First, presence of relative fact, and second, those facts has been presented directly by the witness who has perceived them from their own senses. Now, what is an hearsay evidence? Basically, hearsay evidence is a knowledge gained by some others from about a particular matter, act, or incident. Therefore, passing an conviction on by the court based on hearsay evidence will be unjust, as there is lack of connectivity and not assurance that the information passed on the following matter is suitable or not. So, oral evidence can be appropriate for dealing with the cases beyond the reasonable doubt. With the evolution of judiciary, the need of oral evidence has also grown. It could be a better way to understand the facts and incident, as a person who has witnessed it directly can explain it in a very better manner, a very clear manner. Even rather than any other form of evidence. So I hope you find the video informative. So I please you to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.